A lot of people are creating visuals online now. Social media posts, flyers, thumbnails, classroom slides, business graphics, event announcements, AI-generated images. And at first glance, some of them look impressive. But when you really look closer, the text might be too hard to read. The layout is confusing. The colors fight each other. The important information gets buried. And sometimes the image looks polished, but the message is completely unclear. That's because creating a visual and designing a visual are not always the same thing. AI can generate an image. Templates can give you a starting point. Apps can make things look polished. But effective visual communication still depends on basic design choices. Welcome back to Studio CC. In this digital visual literacy series, we're talking about how to create, interpret, and evaluate images in a digital world. And today, we're focusing on the creation side. How do we make visuals that actually communicate? Not just visuals that look cool, but visuals that help people understand a message quickly and clearly. This is part 1 of Design Basics for Better Digital Visuals, and today we're covering 5 fundamentals: clear message, visual hierarchy, contrast, typography, and color. In part 2, we'll continue with layout, proximity, repetition, white space, and imagery, and a full creative demo where I design a visual graphic using these principles. So let's start with the most important question in design. What are you actually trying to say? Visual communication matters because we don't just read information anymore. We scan it, we scroll past it, we judge it in seconds. A YouTube thumbnail tries to convince us to click. A logo tells us something about a brand before we read the name. A poster tells us whether an event looks exciting, professional, confusing, or chaotic. A social media graphic can inform, persuade, inspire, or mislead. Design is not just decoration. Design is how information is organized so people can understand it. And that matters whether you're an artist, teacher, student, content creator, small business owner, or just someone trying to make better visuals online. Before we get into the design principles themselves, let's talk about the tools people commonly use to create digital imagery. Some tools are designed for quick visual communication. Programs like Canva and Adobe Express are popular because they offer templates for social media posts, flyers, thumbnails, presentations, and marketing graphics. They're beginner-friendly and useful when you need to create something quickly. Then there are more advanced programs like Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. Photoshop is often used for photo editing, digital collage, and raster-based image manipulation. Illustrator is commonly used for vector graphics like logos, icons, and clean, scalable illustrations. InDesign is used more for layout-heavy projects like magazines, books, and multi-page documents. Artists and illustrators might use Procreate, Clip Studio Paint, or Adobe Fresco to create hand-drawn digital artwork. People working on apps, websites, or user interfaces often use Figma. And then there are tools we sometimes forget are design tools: Google Slides, PowerPoint, Keynote, Instagram, TikTok, and even built-in phone editing apps. The tool matters, but the tool is not the design. A template does not automatically make something effective. A fancy program does not automatically make something clear. The real question is this: does the visual communicate the message? That's where design fundamentals come in. The first rule of effective visual communication is this: start with one clear message. Before choosing fonts, colors, images, icons, or layouts, ask, what is the one thing I want the viewer to understand? Or, what is the one thing I want the viewer to do? Because one of the biggest beginner design mistakes is trying to communicate everything at once. If a social media post is advertising an event, announcing a deadline, explaining a policy, promoting a website, and asking the people to follow an account, all in the same square, the viewer may not know where to look. So before you design, write the goal in one sentence. For example, register for the art workshop by Friday. Understand how AI-generated images can be misleading. Click to watch the full video. That one sentence becomes your anchor. Everything in the design should support that message. If it does not support the message, it may need to go. Once you know the message, the next step is visual hierarchy. Visual hierarchy is the order in which the viewer notices information. In a strong design, the viewer should instantly know what to look at first, second, and third. You can create hierarchy using size, boldness, color, contrast, placement, and imagery. For example, if every word on a poster is the same size and weight, the viewer has to work harder to figure out what matters most. But if the main title is large, the supporting detail is medium, and the fine print is smaller, the design becomes easier to scan. A useful structure is headline. What is this? Key point. Why does it matter? Supporting detail. What else do they need to know? Call to action. What should they do next? For digital imagery, hierarchy is especially important because people often see visuals on small screens. If someone has to pinch, zoom, or stare at your design to understand it, the hierarchy probably needs work. Contrast is one of the most powerful design tools because it creates emphasis. Contrast can happen through light and dark, large and small, thick and thin, bright and muted, simple and complex. If everything in a design is equally bold, nothing feels important. But if one element clearly stands apart, the viewer knows where to focus. Contrast also affects readability. Light gray text on a white background might look soft and aesthetic, but it may be hard to read. Tiny text on a busy photograph might disappear completely. So when creating digital graphics, especially for social media or thumbnails, always ask, can someone read this quickly? Can they read it on a phone? Does the important information stand out from the background? Good contrast is not just a style choice. It's an accessibility issue. Typography is the design of text, and fonts do more than spell words. They create tone. The same phrase can feel serious, playful, elegant, chaotic, futuristic, or childish depending on the typeface. For example, a clean sans serif font might work well for a technology brand or informational graphic. A decorative script might work well for a wedding invitation, but not for a safety warning. A distressed, bold font might work for a dramatic YouTube thumbnail, but not for a professional resume. The key is matching the font to the message. For beginner designers, a good rule is to use 1 or 2 fonts, not 5. Too many fonts can make a design feel messy or untrustworthy. You can create variety using the same font family by changing size, weight, spacing, or capitalization. Also, readability matters more than personality. If the font is beautiful but no one can read it, it's not doing its job. Color is one of the fastest ways to create emotion and meaning. Red can feel urgent, passionate, dangerous, or energetic. Blue can feel calm, trustworthy, or technological. Yellow can feel cheerful, bright, or attention-grabbing. Green can suggest nature, growth, health, or money. But color meanings can shift depending on context, culture, and audience. So color should be used intentionally. Ask, what mood does this design need? What colors support the message? Are the colors readable? Color can also help create structure. For example, in an infographic, one color might represent problems, another might represent solutions, and another might represent next steps. But too many colors can create visual noise. A limited color palette often looks more professional and helps the viewer understand the design faster. So those are the first 5 design basics for better digital visuals. Start with one clear message. Use hierarchy to guide the viewer's eye. Use contrast to make important information stand out. Choose typography that matches the tone and stays readable. And use color intentionally to create mood, structure, and clarity. And notice, none of these require expensive software. They require decisions. That's why design basics still matter, even in a world of templates and AI-generated images. Because a visual can look polished and still fail to communicate. Your challenge for part 1 is to find one graphic, a flyer, poster, thumbnail, slide, or social media post, and ask, what is the main message? Where does my eye go first? Is the text readable? Do the colors support the message? And if something feels confusing, try revising it using just 1 or 2 principles from this video. In part 2, we'll continue with alignment, layout, proximity, repetition, whitespace, imagery, and icons. Then I'll put everything together in a creative demo where I design a visual graphic using these principles. If you're interested in visual literacy, media literacy, digital art, and how images shape the way we think, make sure to subscribe and watch part 2 next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Studio CC.